absolutely speechless. I can't even believe what I just saw at the shrine here at Akita. And when we came here, we thought, well, it can't be all that bad. I've seen them play games with other apparition sites that we've visited, but I've never seen anything like this one. But even if you think it's real, you'd be so perplexed. What's it about? Why did the statue weep? What did she say? They don't use the word apparition. There's no indication that Mary actually appeared to Sister Agnes, which she did several times. Her guardian angel appeared to her several times. I'm totally annoyed right now. Like, how do they get away with this stuff? All right, so this is it. This is the shrine of Our Lady of Akita. It's actually technically the Institute of the Handmaids of the Sacred Heart of Jesus of the Holy Eucharist. We've been looking for some handmaids here for about an hour. We're not finding anything. See what we got going here. You know the story, I'm sure, about the apparition, or the message of Our Lady of Akita, or Akita, as they pronounce it in Japanese. It's an incredibly controversial apparition. It's in lockstep with Fatima. It talks about crisis coming in the church. It talks about cardinal against cardinal, bishop against bishop. The seer here, Sister Agnes, had the stigmata on one hand, and so there's a lot of talk here in Japan about the fact that this is a message against communion in the hand. Remember, this apparition took place in the early 1970s. So it's all about, apparently, kind of like Fatima, it's all about crisis in the church. So you can imagine when we came here, we were hearing all these rumors. Again, this is part of our, in search for Catholics in Japan. All these rumors. I had thought, for example, and probably many of you thought, that Sister Agnes was dead, but she's not dead. She was sort of ousted from this area, and she's way down south of Tokyo right now, living with a nice group of people there who are taking care of her. It reminds me a lot of La Salette, where they did the same thing with Melanie Calvat. They tried to make it seem like she was crazy. And if you remember, La Salette said the same sort of thing. Rome would become the seat of the Antichrist. Rome would lose the faith and all of that. Same kind of feeling at La Salette. When you go to La Salette, and they talk about planting trees and being nice. Well, here they're talking, as opposed to the message of Our Lady of La Salette, here they're talking about overnight stays with Mary and kind of getting close to Mary. When we first came in here, there was one lady who was almost cold, honestly, let us in and pointed to the statue. The only thing she told us about this place was don't take pictures inside the building. There's no explanation anywhere here of this message. I told you I'm skeptical about apparitions. I mean, I want to be darn sure that they're approved and they're correct. What I see here is actually making me feel very confident something happened here, because it just seems like a cover-up. We've seen, I think, one nun so far. I don't know where she is. She went for a little run. There's no welcoming committee. There's nothing that says anything about the apparition. It's just weird. So the statue wept 101 times. And the weeping statue, whenever it would happen, it was witnessed by a priest, a diocesan priest here, spiritual director to the seer.
By now, Father Teiji Yasuda had come to live with the community as its chaplain and spiritual director. He arranged for samples of the tears to be tested and analyzed by the Department of Forensic Medicine at the University of Akita. Their report stated that the tears were of human origin.
So there's not a lot of skeptic. I know a lot of people want to say, oh, there's a lot to be, but the reason people think that this might not be genuine is, I think, because of what we're seeing here. There's no enthusiasm for the thing. There's nothing. If you just came off the street and visited this shrine, you would have no idea why Our Lady came here, other than to just cry, have her statue cry, and provide a place where we can say our prayers and be at peace or something.
After 11 years of investigation, Bishop John Ito, then ordinary of the Diocese of Nilgata, officially declared the events regarding the statue and the messages delivered to Sister Agnes Sasagawa to be of supernatural origin.
I believe the third message in Akita has a deep connection with Fatima. Even after the Blessed Virgin gave the message in Fatima, the people did not repent with their lives. Our Lady had to repeat and revive the memory of Fatima again.
If you go to their website, which we're going to throw up on the screen, they actually have this whole area that we're at now in the shrine area. They have winter, spring, summer, and fall. They show images of that, how pretty it is. Again, not a word about the apparition message of Akita. So this, I guess, we'll poke around here a little bit, and you can see kind of what I'm saying. And we're here during hours. There's no reception. There's no welcoming committee. There are no nuns coming out like you have if you visit Lourdes or La Salette or Fatima, even Nevers, where St. Bernadette is, where right away there's a reception committee, and they tell you something. Nothing here at all. It's just incredibly quiet, nothing going on in Akita. I don't know what to say. I don't know what to tell you. We're going to do this. We're going to have to add this into the documentary because we met people down in Tokyo who know Sister Agnes personally, and they know what's happened here, and they know how controversial the message is because it's very anti-Vatican II. It's very anti-ecumenism and communion in the hand and all of that. I'm not posing as an expert. We're just in search of Catholics and in search of things here, like at Akita. I'm just saying, if I were a pilgrim coming to this shrine, I would be... As a matter of fact, we just met two people who were Buddhists, and they were coming because the architecture of this place looks very much like a Buddhist temple, because when they built it, not too many years ago, obviously, way post-Vatican II, they wanted it to look Japanese so that people would see that the Catholic Church is for all people or something. So these Buddhist people that we just talked to, they were asking too, what's the point of this place? And I said, well, there's a message here with the miraculous statue, but nobody here is told those people. So we actually watched them come in here and leave without ever having any information about what this place is all about. So come on, take a look. I mean, it's pretty enough. I'll give you that. And from what we can tell, although we have no guide here, I think maybe some of the nuns live over there. Here's the gardens that they're very proud of. The Mary Garden, and then the Station of the Cross area ahead here. You can see the Garden of Mary, and then the Way of the Cross. Well, that's nice. Again, I have no objection to that, of course. It's just that in my case, like we came 6,000 miles and we've been here for what, an hour and a half, cameraman? Something like that. And still no indication at all what this place is all about. Why anyone would come here other than there's a statue that wept 101 times and nobody here has bothered to tell us why. It's really strange. So here we have the official marker, the Garden of Mary, land blessed, 1974, after the council, of course, which to me makes this place almost more interesting than I expected, because it really does almost seem like Akita following up on Fatima is the last sort of the last ditch, effort from heaven to do something to prevent the crisis in the church that we're living through. I mean, I'm just speculating, but boy, this is really, really eerie. Here's a nun here. So I'm gratified. After an hour and a half, we finally found at least a sign of hope that there's an actual community here. She looks to be out for a jog or whatever, but not much else, here at Akita. I don't know that I've seen a greater endorsement of this message, or the fact that Our Lady of Heaven tried to warn us about the crisis in the church, than what we just saw here in Akita in Japan. It's unbelievable.